Hello, welcome back, beautiful, lovely people. My name is Mickey, and we are playing Cinderella. Oh my god, Taisho X Alex. I'm a little confused because, I'm currently in between playing Cinderella Phenomenon and this, and they have very similar, storybook plots. Well, not like super similar, but it's still storybook. Anyway, so I just found out today that episode 3 is confirmed for coming out of March of this year. How cool is that? So I need to finish this and Cinderella Phenomenon and then play episode 2 of this soon. Because I want to be prepared for part 3 that comes out in 2 months. That's crazy. Anyway, what we all are here for, the video. Sorry for the rant. Let's get back into it.
おかえりなさい。ずいぶんとやり込められていたようですね。ここまで声が聞こえました。
He's very interesting, isn't he? I chose my words carefully as I spoke.
変わっているイコール面白い人か。
I mean, sis just can't come out and straight up be like, oh no, he's a dick. You know, but it's all good.
あなたは優しい人だ。ろくでなしでもクズでも、それ相応の形容詞があるというのに。
What about a little bastard? I felt his statement was crossing a line, but smiled awkwardly nonetheless. Is he always like that?
そうですね。こちらが1言ったことに対し、10返ってくる。ああ言えばこういう。そういった皮肉屋で偏屈な人です。
Sounds entertaining to say the least.
気に入ったようで何より。
Gretel grins. How long has he lived here anyway?
さあ、気づいた時にはあの部屋に住んでいましたね。
So you don't know that much about him, even though he's a tenant in your house?
この家の主はシンデレラ兄さんですから。兄さんが決めたことに対し、僕たちは従うまでです。なので、僕はあのアリスという人に関して深くは知らないし、また興味もないんですよ。
I see. Perhaps it was in fact Cinderella who was the weirdest person in the family.
まあでも、彼に関わると決めたのはあなただ。責任を持って今後彼の面倒を見てやってください。
Leave it to me.
ごちそうさま。美味しかったです。
You're welcome, Gretel. Gretel got to his feet, leaving his empty plate on the table. You're very welcome. Oh, yeah. Do you have any of our favorite dishes in particular?
作ってくれるんですか？
I mean, for you, baby, I'll make anything. If I can, sure.
じゃあ、甘いものがいいな。糖は頭の回転を良くさせるから。
Oh, shit. I don't know if sugar is good for... I don't know, man. I'm not a scientist. Anything sweet. Okay, I'll think of something.
ほどほどに期待してます。
After Gretel left, I patiently waited for Cinderella to come home before I ate. Hours ticked by until dinner time had long since passed. He sure is out late tonight. My stomach rumbled for the umpteenth time. I clutched my abdomen. I glanced over the stove and debated reheating the stew, now that it was almost certainly ice cold. No, I should wait for Cinderella. I shook my head, fighting the urge to sate my own needs. All this time, I waited specifically so I could have dinner with Cinderella. If I ate without him, it would mean this hours-long investment was all in vain. As I wrestled with myself, in walked the man himself. About time. Welcome home, Cinderella. Would you like dinner? I ran over to him with a smile.
食ってきたからいい。
Okay, so I gotta be real. The reason that I chose Cinderella's route first was because, the way he looks with his hair tied up like that, oh, so yummy. I kind of wish they would do, an Aladdin character, because I feel like with this art style, it would be really cool. Anyway. Listen, I was wondering, would you mind if I cooked and cleaned for everyone?
じゃあ任せる。給金はその分上乗せすればいいか。
Oh, no, I don't need more money. But before I could even finish my sentence, he left the room without a second glance. Oh, what am I going to do with the rest of the stew? It's a great question. As I mumbled sadly to myself, my stomach squeaked at me. It was kind of cute, actually. A sad girl still gotta eat. Hell yeah, we do, sis! Depressed gang, where you at? Actually, that's all I do whenever I'm depressed. I just like unhealthy coping mechanisms. I'm sorry, y'all. Late that night.
くそ。変な時間に食ったせいで、今頃腹が減ってきやがった。なんか食べるもんはねえかなと。
Technically, everything is edible.
お、結構あるじゃんか。サラミサラミと。鍋
You know, if this sort of just like I feel like this is a line from a Yaoi game or something, or a BL game.
なんだこれ。シチュー。そういやあの女、食事がどうとか言ってたな。鍋ごと冷やしやがったのか。ふん。うまいじゃねえか。
Fuck. You made me yawn. Fuck. Oh, good morning, Cinderella.
おはよう兄さん。
Hi, Gretel.
はよ。
Cinderella walked in right as I was preparing breakfast. He looked grumpy. Maybe he wasn't a morning person. I definitely am not. I figured he'd walk out again, but instead he plopped himself down in a chair and stared at me. What's up? I looked back at him curiously.
何してんの
With what?
俺の分は
No. He tapped his fingers on the table. Then he glanced pointedly at Gretel's plates. This could only mean one thing. You want me to cook for you?
だから座ったんじゃねえか。
Oh, okay. Coming right up. And so I launched into cooking at the speed of light. Gotta step on the gas. A few minutes later, I plated a very fluffy omelet along with salami and cheese croissant sandwich. To keep things healthy and add a splash of color, I dished him some fruit along with it.
結構趣味がいいじゃねえ
I like the way you think. I had a feeling this would suit your preferences. Oh, but if you'd rather have Japanese food, I can make you some fried fish and miso soup instead. Currently, I was heating up some French onion soup to go along with it.
か。貧乏臭いから嫌だ。
Rude. The croissant sandwich he was eating was actually cheaper than what I suggested, but I decided to keep that to myself.
あんたは食べないのか
Oh, I'll just eat the leftover stew from last night. Cinderella munched on his croissant sandwich, sounding altogether disinterested. I watched him for a moment, then I decided to ask him something that had been on my mind. You know, it's funny. Last night, I could have sworn there was a ton of stew left over, but come this morning, I found out there's only enough for one more serving. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Instantly he froze.
ああ、そりゃああれだ。あんたの気のせいなんじゃねえのそれかあれだ。いわゆる妖精の仕業ってやつだな。
Oh, of course, a fairy. He probably snuck in. Oh wait, no, I want to read this sarcastically. Oh, of course, a fairy. He probably snuck in while I was sleeping and helped himself. That doesn't sound sarcastic. I clapped my hands together.
そうそう。
He gave me a non-committal grunt.
へ
Anything else
え、
that's
それは不思議
non-committal?
ですね。随分と図体のでかい妖精がいたもんです。ところで、シンデレラ兄さん、昨晩
Oh fuck, I fucked it up, I'm sorry. As Gretel cut in, Cinderella fell silent. You respond to his silence by. Teasing him, duh. You ate some, didn't you?
ああ、そうだ。食べたよ。悪いか。
And so he angrily admitted to his crime. Heh. Annoyed, Cinderella averted his gaze. At this rate, he was likely to storm off somewhere. Okay, I gotta go take some up to Alice's room. Once you've eaten, I'll make you something to drink. I hastily took the hit and made myself scarce.
いってらっしゃい。
Good morning, Alice. I called out to him from the other side of the door, but he didn't respond. Granted, it was quite possible he was still asleep. Why? Because it was 9 a.m. and he had told me he woke up every morning at 10. Now, you might be wondering, why not arrive at 10 a.m. like Yas? And the answer is quite simple. Ooh, about to use some big brain explanation. 10 a.m. is when the cafe opened for business. Breakfast is ready. I'll leave it here for you. Unwilling to waste any more time, I dragged my bedside table out into the hall and set the tray onto it. When I returned to the kitchen, Gretel was rinsing his dirty dishes off in the sink. Oh, I can take care of that.
これくらいはやりますよ。
Okay. Guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks. I appreciate it. I glanced over at Cinderella to find him nearly done with his own breakfast. In that case, I'll make us a little something to drink. How about some coffee? We also have black tea and green tea.
コーヒーでいい。
Espresso or cafe a lot. Late lot. Coffee. I don't know how to say that.
じゃあ、カフェオレ。
Cafe au lait. Oh. And what about you, Gretel?
僕もカフェオレで。
Pinching the hem of my dress, I curtsied gracefully. Coming right up. Humming to myself, I clicked the switch on the siphon coffee maker. Once the water began to boil, the steam rose to the top, mixing with the coffee grounds to begin the brewing process. Perfect. While I waited for the coffee to brew, I bustled around the dining area to get the milk and utensils ready.
なあ、グレーテル。
何ですか？
ここは店か。
店ですね。
The next thing I knew, Cinderella and Gretel was suddenly standing behind me.
あんた、コーヒーサイフォンの使い方なんて知ってた？
Oh, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I get so excited sometimes I just press quickly, you know? Yep. This is actually my favorite way to make coffee. It's fun to watch the steam rise to the top, you know? Kind of like magic. And when it's all done, it smells amazing.
普段使わねえからわかんねえ
Then what's the point of having one?
な。ただのインテリアだ。雰囲気作りだよ。雰囲気作り。
Dude, I swear, that's like rich people logic. Like, I can't imagine just being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a coffee maker for the ambiance. So it's both functional and aesthetic. That's so smart. But Cinderella didn't return my style. What?
あんたは天然なのか嫌味なのか
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? I guess I'm a dit son. I put my index finger to my chin and tilted my head in a cutesy display.
分かってんなら天然じゃねえよ
I deadass did the same thing when I said that. Sorry, but I'm not being sarcastic. Honest.
あってたまるか
Oh, the coffee's nearly ready now. Go on and have a seat over there. At my suggestion, Cinderella fell silent and sat down.
兄さん、彼女は一筋縄ではいかない性分のようです。兄さんのような人ではまず太刀打ちできない。甘く見
するかよ
I gotta work on that. I'm sorry, y'all. I should put it on auto, but then I'm scared that like I'll read it too fast. 20 minutes later, there you go. I set 2 cups of coffee on the counter.
いい匂いだ
本当にね。
I poured a cup for myself and joined them at the counter.
そういやあんたの名前は何だ
Huh? It's quite possibly the world's most belated question.
雇い主のくせに、そんなことも知らなかったんですか。
こいつが名乗らねえからよ。
To be fair, he did just hire me on the spot and then ditched, so... I wanted to tell him you didn't let me introduce myself, but I held my tongue. I'm Alice.
何アリスだよ。
Huh? Oh, my last name? The same as yours, baby girl. Caught off guard, I couldn't help but stammer. What? Well, it's, oh god, what do I do now? I know I needed to give him something, anything, but nothing sprang to mind. As I hesitated...
まあいいや。俺的にはどうでもいいし。
He shrugged. It was a rather sudden about-face, considering he was the one who asked in the first place.
個人事業主としては、大いに問題ある発言ですね。
第一、契約書も交わしてねえし。
違法じゃないですか。
法人じゃねえから大丈夫だろ。
危ない橋渡りすぎて、いつか捕まりますよ。勘弁してください。ただでさえも悪名高いあなたの弟だということで被害を被っているのに、身内が犯罪者だなんて耐えられない。
Don't worry, Gretel. If they try to arrest him, I'll just say I'm a tenant doing chores. I give him a thumbs up.
ああ、じゃあその体でよろしくお願いいたします。
Gretel extended his hand and I shook it. And so, the pact of perjury was sealed.
おいこら、俺が捕まるの前提で話を進めんな。
Mean. We were just joking around. Right, Gretel?
僕は本気ですけどね。
Oh, this is why I love Gretel so much. He's just, he's amazing. His smile didn't reach his eyes. Cinderella took a big, awkward sip of his coffee. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Cinderella, I wanted to talk to you about the cafe.
店？ああ、そういや昨日はどうだったんだよ。
We didn't get a single customer.
まあ、いつものことだね。
不良債権だな。はあ、まあいい。で、店がどうだって？
I think we need to fix this.
ああ、そりゃまあ良くないわな。で、話は終わりか？
What? I blinked at him. Look, you're trying to run a business, right? Don't you think you need to start bringing in some customers? Again, rich people problems. Like they can just have a cafe that does badly for the fun of it. Like, I could never.
別にいいよ。客が来ても来なくてもそんなに変わらない。客が来ないなら来ないで楽でいいだろ。
Then why did you hire me?
そういやなんでだろうな。その日のノリっていうか、強いて言うなら俺の気まぐれだ。
I feel like I could turn this into a drinking game where every time he says something, it's like a rich person would say or says. Yeah, I think I'd be blackout drunk by the end of this, like just this little section.
金持ちはな、貧乏人と違って心にも時間にもゆとりがあるんだよ。
How is it generous if you just open a cafe on a whim? Donate your money to poor people. Oh, I get it. I didn't get it actually, but I nodded anyway. If he hired a total stranger purely on a whim, then I was right. He was by far the weirdest person in the family.
それに客が来なくともここの地価は上がり続けている。いざとなったら店の設備ごと高値で売り払って売買よ。
You'd sell off your own cafe?
ああ、一番の高値がついた頃にはな。ああ、そういやあんたはこの店がなくなったら困るのか。ま、世の中は不公平だ。俺じゃなくあんた自身の生まれを恨むんだな。
Yeah, I'm sorry, generosity who? We don't know her here. Right. I couldn't think anything more pertinent to say. Instead, I wondered absently how he'd react when he found out I was his fairly wealthy prospective fiancé.
そもそも客が入らねえんだから仕入れも何もねえだろ。諸経費がかからないなら売り上げがなくてもあまり差はねえよ。
Then why call this a cafe at all?
さあな、こっちの感覚としては家買ってその家に住んでるってだけだ。それなら別に何の不思議もねえだろ。
I wonder if he pays his siblings. Like, I feel like he's that kind of like cheapskate who'd just be like, well, since I'm paying for your living expenses, I'm not gonna pay you at all. You know? Anybody else get that vibe? I guess not. So then why even try to keep the cafe open in the first place?
もともとこの土地に目をつけて転売するつもりで購入したんだよ。喫茶店経営はその場のノリだノリ。土地を買ったついでについてきたおまけみたいなもんだ。何度も言うが、あんたと違って俺は金に困ってねえんだよ。セレブな俺にとっては慈善活動みたいなもんだ。
Ah, yes. Running a cafe, charity work. He just ended world hunger, y'all.
ただ、そうだな。あんたの作る料理はうまいし、もしかするかもな。
Just then he turned to look at me. Yes?
あんた、面白いことが好きか？
Feel like I gotta say yes here. I mean, don't really. I'm gonna go ahead and just save real quick. Just because, I don't know if this is like one of the options to get the bad endings. Because eventually I'm gonna record the bad ending. Alright, so do you like to learn? Yes, I love to learn. Oh yes, absolutely. I raised my hand in a pick-me gesture, because I'm a pick-me girl.
俺は楽しいことが好きだ。新しいものも珍しいものも大好きだ。だから面白そうなことには手を出さずにはいられなくなるたちだ。
So you're the curious type, I take it. What else are you curious about, Daddy? Oh, sorry. My images of Cinderella continued to shift from an upper-class snob to a good Samaritan to an inquisitive oddball.
よし、決めた。
Suddenly, he slapped his thigh. He could slap mine.
今日からこの店をこの国一番の喫茶店にするぞ。
は？突然何言ってるんですか？
おいアリス。
Yes. I straightened my posture.
あんたが好きにやれよ。メニューを増やすなりなんなり思うようにやれ。俺が金を出してやる。で、それを元手にして俺をうならせるほど金を稼ぎ出して底辺からのし上がってこい。
But isn't printing money illegal? Unless that's his side hustle. And this is just like the front for his illegal business. You got it. That's why he's worried about the police getting involved. Big brain. We decided to fetch Snow White and give him an overview of our new goal.
店の経営
Yep.
で、俺に何かいい案がないかと。
Why'd I feel like his idea is gonna be like, don't let me work. And let me have time off. Yep.
特にない。以上。
Damn, I was wrong. He turned on his heel, but I quickly grabbed him by the arm. Wait, please don't go. He reluctantly turned back, a scowl plastered on his face.
白雪、どうせお前も暇だろ。たまには手伝え。
俺がいても何の役にも立たないよ。
That's not true. You know what they say, two heads are better than one.
なら規定数は満たしてる。
My boy does have a point. He's referring to his brothers, of course.
白雪兄さん、諦めた方がいいですよ。この人のいつもの気まぐれです。
Gretel jerked his thumb at Cinderella. Snow White's scowl deepened, and Cinderella cleared his throat awkwardly.
おい、 お前ら、ここの経営者は誰だ？
シンデレラ兄さんですね。
お前らをここに置いてやってんのは誰だ？
シンデレラ兄さんだ。
Oh, my baby.
そうだ。だったら、誰に従うべきなのか理解できるな。かわいい弟たち。
Finally, Snow White plopped down into a chair as though he'd resigned himself to the worst. In contrast with Cinderella's smile, the younger guys both looked disgruntled. Sorry for dragging you into this.
別に余計なことをなんて思ってませんよ。
Why do I feel like you're lying, Gretel? Oh, he's pissed, alright.
まあいいです。とりあえず話し合いとやらをしてさっさと結論を出しましょう。
He steepled his fingers together.
議題はどうしたらこの店にお客が訪れるようになるかでいいですね。はい、じゃあまずは時計回りにアリスさんから意見をどうぞ。
My heart skipped a beat in surprise. Me? Oh, okay. Let's see. How I respond. I'll respond by crying in the club. Let's rebrand the cafe. Personally, I think maybe this place is a bit too intimidating for the average customer.
この店は入りにくい雰囲気だから人が来ないの？
Exactly. I mean, there's no sign up front, there's hardly a menu. Most people probably don't even realize this is a cafe at all. That's a pretty valid point, considering I was essentially flying by the seat of my pants here.
ああ？店の看板は確かあったはずだぞ。
Cinderella squinted at me dubiously. Well, if you did, it's not there now. I squinted back. Yeah, stand up for yourself, BB. I knew I wasn't misremembering things. After all, the lack of signage had caught my attention the very first night I arrived.
そんなはずはねえよ。おいグレーテル、看板はどうした？
僕は知りませんよ。
じゃあ白雪、お前か。
Snow White looked at him blankly.
以前兄さんが自分でどかして俺に押し付けたよね。
ああ、そういや店でパーティーするのにダセえからって取っ払ったままだったな。お前、あの後どうしたんだよ？
捨てた。
Hey, good job, Snow.
捨てたって？
はあ、嘘だよ。物置にしまってある。
店の外に出せよ。何のための看板だよ。
He had a point. Meanwhile, I was starting to understand exactly how a stylish cafe in the heart of downtown came to have 0 customers.
とりあえず問題点は一つ解決したと。他に何かありませんか？
Ooh! Pick me, senpai! Sorry, I was gonna go into the whole thing. I raised my hand.
アリスさん、どうぞ。
We've had at least 1 or 2 customers since the cafe's been open, right? So, why haven't they been back?
そうですね。まあ何人かは来てくださいましたよ。最初のうちは。
So, what made them stop coming?
さあ。
Gretel shrugged his shoulders. What do you mean? It's literally your job to know these things.
ホールは白雪兄さんが担当してますからね。
He's got a point. Naturally, everyone turned to look at Snow White. Yes. I think maybe the customer service was a teensy bit lacking in hospitality. This is currently our biggest issue, and I made sure to soften my statement as much as possible.
ま、愛想の悪い店員がいるとどんなうまい料理でももう二度と行くかって気にはさせられるわな。おい、聞いてんのか？お前のことだよ、白雪。
Cinderella promptly ruined all my efforts to be discreet. Cinderella! I lightly pinched his cheek.
なんだよ。
The cornerstone of great customer service is a great smile. I figured you could use some practice.
おい、俺を誰だと思ってるんだ。言ってみろ。
My bush. And so he helped me practice right back.
ま、冗談はさておき、とりあえずうちの接客には問題があるということですが、改善。
Ah, fucking shit. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. Once again, everyone looked at Snow White.
おい、白雪、ちょっと笑ってみろ。な。
But Snow turned away. Guess that's a no.
おい、あんたが笑ってみせろ。試しにちょっと見せてやれ。
Who, me? Sure. I wasn't expecting Cinderella to request me directly. Now, to put on my most winning grin and blow them all away. How's this? I donned my best smile.
10点だな。
Out of 100?
まあ多めに見て12点ってところじゃないですか。
This was the part where they were all supposed to blush, but instead they stared back dismally. That's out of 50 points total, right?
100点満点に決まってるだろうが。
I guessed correctly. Your rating system sucks. I slumped my shoulders. I tried to make them weak in the knees, and what did I get? A punch to the gut.
ま、無理強いはよくねえよな。
じゃあとりあえず白雪兄さんには引き続きこのままでいてもらうということで。
In contrast to their treatment of me, they were more than happy to coddle Snow White. Well, something has to give. Just then, it hit me. Oh, I know! Why don't we have Gretel cover the dining area? You're really friendly looking, and I'm sure you'll be a hit with all the girls.
何か今あなたの言葉に引っかかりを覚えましたが。
And you know I had to. Nah, you're reading too much into it. I laughed and waved a hand dismissively.
僕がホールに出ても構いませんが、それだと調理側の人間がいなくなりますよ。
Oh, right. What about you, Cinderella?
はあ？おいおい、俺はオーナーだ。金を出すのが役目であって、働かなくても。
Stingy. Plenty of business owners help run their businesses. I wasn't backing down from this one.
じゃあこれからはシンデレラ兄さんも店で働くということで。誰か反対意見はありますか？
あるに決まってんだろうが。なんでこの俺が。
俺は意味なし。
Hey, sounds good to me. So when I immediately agreed and Gretel soon followed suit.
僕も異議なし。ということで多数決の結果3対1でシンデレラ兄さんは今後店で働くということに決定しました。
Yay! The three of us applauded, happy to finally be on the same page for once.
おいおいおいおい。
Cinderella scowled as I shot him an encouraging thumbs up. Smile, Cinderella. Show us those pearly whites, or else you'll end up with a grumpy scowl and scare away all the customers.
黙れ10点。
Dang. You know, I rate you a negative 50 out of 100. Boom. Wow. That really hurts my feelings. Anyway, don't worry, Cinderella. I'll be there to help you every step of the way. He turned away sulking. Evidently, he'd lost a little fight me on this.
その他に誰か意見は？できれば建設的な意見で。
はい。
Snow White raised his hand.
珍しいな。
では白雪兄さんどうぞ。
こうして話をしていても拉致が開かない。もともと 俺たちは店の経営やそもそも金銭的なことに対して執着がない。売れなくても暮らしていけるのだから、売れても売れなくても構わない。
He's not wrong.
だけどそれは俺たちに限ったことで、他はそうじゃない。
So what you're saying is we should be using the other cafes as a reference point? Snow White nodded his assent at my interpretation of his statement.
それはいいですね。現場の声からプロセス改善に取り組むということですか。
貧乏人から学べってことだな。
Well, that's rude. Who says they're all plebs? What if they're spoiled layabouts like you? Who cares?
視察だよ。俺とグレーテルはここに残って待ってるから、兄さんたちが行ってきて。
勝ちって。
Cinderella and I exchanged a glance.
しょうがないな。そうとなれば今から行くぞ。
He grabbed my arm and got to his feet. Wait, what? What about the cafe?
こいつらが適当にやるだろう。
Alright. What? Hey, whoa, slow down. And so Cinderella dragged me off, his two younger brothers waving after us.
いってらっしゃい。
ごゆっくり。
Damn, Snow White, tell us how you really feel. Alright. So I think this is a good stopping point. Yeah, so let me guys know, what are you thinking, about the MC? Not the MC, sorry. Oh my god, I'm so bad at endings. Are you guys enjoying this so far? Who's your favorite brother? Mine, I think, honestly, it's a tie between Gretel and Snow White. But we're still waiting for Cinderella's plot or character development. Yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I really appreciate all the support so far on my videos. I started this as a hobby, and it's really cool to see my channel starting to slowly grow. Alright, enough of that sentimental crap. Thank you guys for joining, and have a good one. Bye!